back with more Expedition 33. Alright. So, last time, we made it to the second area. We found the curator. And the game's been going pretty smoothly. My only, concern, I guess, is if I'm gonna regret playing this game on normal difficulty. Because it's not something I usually do. But yeah, we'll go run with it anyway. We found Mael back. Didn't take too long, and then we found a little soldier or whatever his name is. Metallic looking good over the just his arm. And then there's a whole bunch of people that are just like him that we're gonna go find. He's very excited about it. We're currently in the second area, just outside the curator's house. And we're off to see the wizard, which is the other tribe. So, the game's been fine. I don't think it's been necessarily revolutionary. Obviously, the thing I knew coming into it, I knew a few things, but the main thing was there's going to be a lot of Paper Mario type combat, and that kind of combat can be somewhat irritating, which is one of the reasons why I chose to play on normal at all. And I've definitely seen moments where that's been frustrating, and if that was exasperated by even more difficulty, then probably would have been a bad idea. I do kind of like the pace that we're walking through, or going through this game. There are plenty of games I would like to play, and sometimes I start them and I forget left them. I put them on hold simply because I certainly have left them in the past. For various reasons, I want to make sure that whoever wants to watch me and whoever has time to be able to watch me has the opportunity to enjoy what I play, because I don't want to spoil them. That's understandable, but that obviously means that my priorities, need to stay with trying to make content that I feel can be enjoyed. And so by moving this game at a fairly brisk pace compared to what I'm used to, then hopefully I'll be able to do that. And it won't be too frustrating, bogged down. So, it's definitely something I don't normally do playing on normal, but I think it's not without good reason. Let's just continue. Flying Waters, yesterday. 11:12. And also, I watched a couple of interesting YouTube videos today. One which was about an hour long. It was about AI. About how AI is it making us dumber and shaping our education, taking away people's agency to critical thinking skills, and learning how to find information for oneself, and preventing the process that takes for people to learn how to find information for themselves, because it's all about, it's there in front of them. But at the same time, the way AI seems to work is something where you sort of have to ask a question in order to get an answer, which is something they were talking about, it's prevalent in previous forms.
These dead Nevrons. Who could have done this?
Guess.
So you didn't just stay in your mansion.
And so like that was an interesting watch that was, you know, suggested to me by Eugene. Then I also watched somebody else talk about, you know, what it's like to be a spy and how to combat fear and how you're supposed to inoculate fear with smaller fears if you are willing to do so. That the only way to combat fear is to experience lesser fears and allow your emotional side to become perhaps a little numb and desensitized to it, and allow your critical thinking side to catch up.
Guess we found 68's boat.
There's a
I found
path
it.
through the boat.
That anchor doesn't look man-made.
There's a couple things I wanted to briefly mention. How do I do this? Man, I don't know why that's such short. It's kind of crazy.
I'm ready.
We're gonna go into some stuff. Leave it defense and hits offensive speech. She's currently stanceless, presumably. No physical one damage. But you get a little stronger because it's offensive. But at the same time, I have no idea what these enemies do. So I think I want to explore. Oh, this is debuff that reduces character damage for 20%.
Parry it!
Damn. And there were 2 hits. It doesn't surprise me that once again, the first time I encountered an enemy, I didn't know what to do against them. That's always been the case. Total damage is really not that great.
Ice. Shatter.
Okay.
Take cover.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know. Touching thing. so bad at it. I also should change careers up, New weapon, Broom Room. Is there any room for the Broom Room? Let's find out. Critical hits apply burns. Base attack applies 2 burns. Level 20, 100% critical chance in hot stances. Granted by equipping Plictors. To make it easier to understand, we'll go here and here with the big tiles. Critical burns and dead energy now unhurt by default. But, okay, it doesn't show me how much it is. Mucking shots, burning shots, empowering attack, and dodger. Gain powerful for 1 turn on base attack. However, how does this work? Like, if you choose to base attack, you're spending your turn to base attack. Do you then get powerful to be used for the attack after the next turn's attack? Is that your 1 turn? Or is that 1 turn supposed to be while you're doing that basic attack, so it's only going to buff the basic attack to gain you powerful for the turn while you do the basic attack? Or am I supposed to try and have another turn after I basic attack that I don't know how to do? I'm not entirely sure how that works. Is it maybe both the basic attack and maybe the next turn as well? Like, it just doesn't actually make much sense. 1 turn when? 27. I keep pressing that. I don't mean to press that. Keep pressing things I don't need to press. Yeah. And when they say basic attack, they're not talking about free amp shots. They're just talking about regular attack. Yeah, I noticed this dead energy, but I didn't really know it was this. We all of a sudden had more AP. I'm like, what? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, I like that definitely for sure. Healing tends also with wall stands. Thanks for talking now, obviously. And you applying that to you. Yeah, you have dodges. You're on 6. You already have this ability. This means nobody is gonna be wearing Dodger, is that right? Oh, that's what I see. All these are not being used currently. Being powerful and some base attack. 25% increase cooldown on burning enemies. Like, cause you're going last for me, I don't know if you can change the order between the 30 characters, because they're always going in the same order, right? It's always Gustave first, it's always Luna second, it's always my outfit. I don't know if you can change that order so you can have like Gustave last or something. Also, I don't know if I quit Dodger, if that would also you know, double up if you have it as a Lumina and as an equipment. So you get 2 AP per perfect dodge, 1 from Dodger being as a equipment, 1 from being as Lumina. 20% chance to burn on free aim show. energy to your critical burn. 25% increase road chance of burning. You're already running it. That's good, yeah. I just don't know how to arrange this stuff. Do you? Nobody can take this because it's 10. But like, can everyone just equip this, even if they didn't train it up themselves? What's the one that is missing from here? Is it the stains? It's the stains, right? The cleaning tent, yeah. Because you have it equipped. But once you've made this, you know, 1/4 fights with it or whatever it is to make it aluminum, does that then become accessible to everybody, including her? Like, the other people, the other two who didn't actually use the equipment still gets access to the loot? That's weird. I never want you to have basic attack, because I would never want you to, you know, someone benefits basic attack, because I'd never want to do a basic attack with you, would I? I'd always want to do a stance. If I do a basic attack, you become stanceless, which is your weakest form. So I think you should never have empowering attack. And I think maybe it's, you know, Gustave should have that. So we can put that there. You know, Luna has the cleaning tent, Mael has the critical burns, and Gustave can have the empowering. And again, I think the shots should be on Luna, simply because, well, maybe not both, it depends. I don't know. No, she currently doesn't have them. Is that right? Because currently she's using 5 and 2 for a critical burn and dead energy. Yeah. He's using 3, 3, and 1 for mud shots and burning shots. It's so unnerving. Seeing the characters like so realistic kind of thing. Like, I'm sorry, just take your time, sir, madam. But yeah. Hitting shots, dead energy. I mean, there's no point. Well, maybe. Well, that's everybody accounted for in terms of the limited amount of pictos that we have. Oh, and then when you have it equipped here, it gets turned off as a Luna? Interesting. So I'll have her 6, yeah? And then equip this dodger on her and it removes it. Yeah, you see that? Why would I want spare Lumina that isn't being, you know, used? So let's go with that, I guess. I don't know what's better, having spare slots of Lumina or having spare slots of Pictos, because clearly we have some overhead. Or whatever, you know. We don't have enough to fill everything. Okay. Anything you do, or just a trap? I'm not gonna get ambushed for being here. There's nothing. Not that I can do. You can try again, yeah.
Let us stain them.
That was better. We were able to dodge that. This is just if I get hit by that, it would actually hurt. No? Okay. sure it is all. That got pretty big, eh?
An advantage.
Okay. Can be used to reorganize. So now we have a way to reallocate skill points. Now that we have ways to reallocate skill points, maybe I should start using them. Because I know I haven't been. Who are you? You're seemingly white. What are you? Diminution. What's this doing? Everyone doing? Well, he's white, but it's just like the other guy who's white. Also, was I supposed to find the light or find something for the previous guy who was white and was pacifist effectively by being white? Was that a missed mission? Did I fail it because I never found what he wanted? Or am I supposed to find it somewhere else? Or was it by beating that boss in that area? Did I pick it up from that and I not realize? It's clinging to a metal chain. Doesn't it usually carry a line like that? What if I'm going to give it to Bum? You need to give it a mine. I don't want to attack it. I need to give it a mine. I don't know how to do that. How do I give it a mine? All these mines are So yeah, I watched two interesting YouTube videos today. One about the descendants into stupidity as a society. And honestly, my takeaway was that simply AI might be exposing what has always been there. And how terrible the education system really has been for so many people, especially neurodivergent people like myself. And it's simply the latest medium to do so, especially because it's really, interrupting the agency of the difficulty of finding things otherwise, by making life simple. And that really, even they kind of conceded that there's been a lot of similar feelings towards a whole bunch of different forms of ease, whether it be the printing press or other things. I can't go down there. So this feels like a dead space. It doesn't have any meaning. I don't know if I was supposed to find the mind in amongst this place, or unchain this. There's probably secrets I'm not finding because I don't understand how to find them. But yeah, it made me remember the whole idea of how if someone was to write the most preposterous thing on a piece of paper, they want to do that hundreds of times. And effectively is similar to public opinion and looking at reviews and things. And how people just naturally assume that must be correct because they've heard it or seen it 100 times. Rather than actually question what the material is. And that, the dangers of using AI is effectively is kind of like a microcosm of that. If not doing that, even more so than just 100 times. So yeah, I don't know about the mind thing. We're supposed to give it a mind. I don't know how to give it a mind. What's that mean? Listen to what's that.
Let the ink flow.
Place on me.
Let the ink flow.
I can't use that anymore. Can't select Vasatana Vasika Dasabata. We got another recode? Another one. Now we have two. I mean, I can rearrange them twice now? The whole thing? Is that all I need? Or is it like a currency? I need an X amount or is it one per move? Like, I'm not so sure. I'm supposed to be able to get in there. Was I supposed to be able to get in there from that other place? With the mine guy? Was I supposed to get in from there? Okay, here's something. Yeah. I am supposed to get it. That's an interesting new one. No, there's no need for that. I appreciate it anyway. I'm happily playing a single player campaign game on my own. I don't need any of that, Pinky. I need to run with this. confused. Where am I supposed to head now? I got to here. How am I supposed to get over there? I can't see it. I'm supposed to be able to see it. What? Am I supposed to jump over to that? I guess I am. I guess we go.
This will be useful.
Intact mine. The last time I was mine. Alright. Alright. Thanks for showing me. No way. Let's go grab and get it. However, before we do, I kind of want to say. Although, isn't it autosave when I picked up the armor? It's fine. We'll just go. Hey, hold this. Give intact mine.
It said something.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being decent. Appreciate it. Because it could have been a boss. It could have become evil. Maybe it's the weapon that makes them evil. Maybe it's the weapon is imbued with how to control them. Who knows? But hey. Weapon electric, huh? Whereas we're currently using fire. Lightning skills because one less AP. I do like that. 20% increased lightning damage with skills. This is already level 3 as well, which is interesting. Power 78. Makes it a lot more stronger than anything else, so we must equip it, I think. Is it you? We must equip this. You get double the attack. The annoying part is, I mean, obviously we're going to eventually get different weapons, presumably, even though they are leveled up. It's the same stupid crap with Monu. One of the things I hate about Monu is I don't think the concept of, although you could argue it's just a different way of demons in SMT games, but I really don't think the concept of having levels on weapons is a good idea. Because you're always going to find like a new weapon at some point, and then you have to choose between your tried and trusty, like, you know, this weapon versus the next weapon that you find. And you know, because of the scope of the levels that you haven't yet attained, like a level 3 weapon, which is as strong as another level 10 weapon because it's of a higher class or something. Depending on how easy it is to level a weapon up, because I think there's like some actual like resource that you have to go get, and that may be difficult to find. Man, this game certainly attracts the bots, doesn't it? Interesting, different ones too. The potential for the level 3 weapon, because it's 7 levels lower, and the maximum might be a level 20. I don't know what the max level is on a weapon is. If it's just fixed for every weapon, or whether it differs for each weapon, or whether there is no max at all. And I don't know how to approach that particularly. Should I just assume there isn't one until I hear about what the max level might be? Maybe I was told, but I was inundated with trying to understand the rest of the game that I overlooked it or forgotten it. I don't know. Point is, I feel like you're constantly juxtaposed. You're juxtaposed when you're dealing with demons in your party in an SMT game, for sure. And then you have to replace the demons, and usually the smart option there is to replace the demon. Is that the same thing here? Is it always going to be smarter to replace them? In which case, why would I ever use the level up gear thing? Again, I guess maybe it's simply because, hey, that's another way that you can overcome a particular obstacle at any given moment. And I mean, yeah, this is fire, this is electric, so it's not completely replacing it, because no matter how strong this gets, there's some value in leveling this one up if when it's level 3 it's of equivalent power and it's fire instead of electric. So in situations where fire will be useful and electric won't, then you have a reason to keep it. But I just feel like when Monu did it, you kept getting more weapons. It was so frequent. See, this game doesn't necessarily give you weapons anywhere near as frequently, so the problem may not be so persistent. It just kept feeling like I can't really invest in anything, because as soon as I invest in something, as soon as I try and here's my trusty weapon, along comes, you go along a few meters more and you find yourself something that's arguably telling you no, you need to use this instead. And you keep doing that over and over again, and it just gets really tedious. It's like, well, I don't like the levels on any of them because they don't mean anything. It's going to be replaced in a matter of minutes anyway. Start battle with 1 fire stain. On what? Fire stain is supposed to go on targets, right? Or are you having the fire stain so you can do something for yourself? Like, what if certain buffs, like stim pack type buffs, where you're buffing your offense, but you maybe take a little damage, get increased with having fire stains on you? I don't know. What do you mean by start battle with fire stain? On you? Or do you mean on an random enemy, or what? Whatever. Maybe I'm thinking too much. But I like to usually try and think to compensate where I feel like I might be lacking. Like in this case, the APM and the dodging mechanics and things like that. 7 out of 8. You're 7 out of 8, isn't it? This can give you that energy. Oh, you only have good equipment. Usually have equipped. That's why they're purple instead of those. Now, that's it. We're running these for the equipment, so you don't have any problems with the ball. You're the one who's currently equipped as a Pictos. But now you don't need to wear this as a Pictos anymore. But you could wear Dodger as a Pictos instead. Yeah. But that doesn't really do much. That's all it's offering me, really. Critical burns. But instead, Like, what if I try to give him critical burn? 5 plus 3 is 8. It would mean taking off the dodger. Then you can just equip it. And taking off your clothes. No, taking off marking shots or burning shots. But marking shots and burning shots are both on her. And I would need them on him as well at that point. And I wouldn't be able to have 2 copies of it. Like that. Yeah, it means they can't have marking shots, right? But critical burns make more sense if you're also able to burn the enemy. So I'm not burning it. Everyone being dead energy seems a little bit overkill. Arguably her having it because she's last is best. Like, not giving him marking shot seems like a bad idea. Now he has critical burns, whereas he didn't before. See what I mean? You have another limiter availability. You're wearing that energy. Dodging. Quick picto stuff. Yeah, because of course the red symbol means that it's equipped by the picto. It's already been picto. I definitely want to save, but I mean, the thing is, I want to save, so I want to save it now, then done. Do what we needed. Whatever. My head is struggling to calculate. Is this the way we came? Or? I feel like this is where we came from. Yeah, this is where we came from. But this is all the dead end, isn't it? Kind of done everything apart from that one guy. So then we go to that one. I think the enemies on this one. I don't know what the song guy wants. We already have a save right. You want to save right?
It's forging something. So they have intelligence.
Harnessed intelligence.
I'll do it.
Get ready.
Romance flowing.
I couldn't do that.
Flames on me.
I'm ready. Chroma is flowing.
I thought there was this item here, so it would be okay to pick up. So she have to it wasn't seemingly trying to attack us. But then it hit us with its thing. But I guess it was for the best because we have to pick up nice good gear.
I don't know who gets that. Ice. Nice. Not ice. It's really nice to have ice. I guess that's a save as well. Yeah. I really don't like the whole only autosave shit. I'm not a fan. At all. Nice. Well, we could do that. 6 into 5 into 10. Bloody hell. It's funny, isn't it? I'm playing on normal difficulty. Not really struggling, I'm just very out of my comfort zone and on tenterhooks the whole time. As you can probably notice by my behavior. Whoa, that's a big jump. Whoa. 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 I don't know what I want to do. Any of them. I don't know. I honestly don't. Speed increases, but the critical rate does not. 7 to 15. What does that mean? For what? So I just don't know. I don't know what I'm struggling on. I'm dying. I'm struggling on the Paper Mario mechanics, and you know, defense and agility should help with that. So does the fact that you can just reset a battle and try again once you've learned what you need to learn. Like, I'm not really able to parse information from the battle. I was thinking, man, I wish I had this. I wish they were this. Like, you know, it was relatively straightforward for me to realize that I wanted to put on an accuracy buff on my Union, whatever. Unimon in Digimon. Because, you know, it was missing quite a few times, and I was getting frustrated with that. And then when I did apply the accuracy buff, I definitely think it made a huge difference. And it wasn't missing quite so often, I would say, which that was easier to parse. Whereas this game, I'm like, I have no idea what decision I want to make. Currently, you have 0 defense. Does that mean that applying any defense, because the number is like that multiple times greater? I mean, effectively, you're infinite as soon as you try and increase from 0 in terms of how many times better it is. But like, in effect, numerically, like 1 is an infinite times greater than 0, in a way. Like, basically, how many zeros go into 1? Well, 0 divided by 1 is 0, but like, you know, and I don't know how to describe it particularly well. Like, 2 1s go into 2. That's a, from 1 to 2 is an increase of 100%. From 2 to 3 is an increase of 66%. From 3 to 4 is an increase of yeah, it goes to 150%. From 2 to 3, I guess. Then 133%, 134, and 125% from 4 to 5. And so on and so forth. And diminishing returns. Like when you increase something from 1 to 2, it's way greater than increasing something from 6 to 7. Or 8 to 9. And the greatest is when you go from 0 to 1. How would that be described? Infinitely? How many 1s go into 2? 2. How many 2s go into 3? 1.5. How many 3s go into 4, and so on. How many 0s go into 1 an infinite amount of times? Well, 0 divided by 1 is not that. I guess that's how many 1s go into 0. So 1 divided by 0 is how many 0s go into 1. Presumably. Which is infinite, right? Or is that still 0 again? This is some stupid, weird nonsense I'm not understanding. But the point is, like, you know, the amount of times greater anything is of 0 is automatically, technically kind of the same, because 0 can never increase through itself. If you add 1 to 1, you get a greater number. If you add 0 to 0 an infinite amount of times, you're still in 0. Yeah? So, yeah. I'm confusing myself, and it's been a while since I actually studied mathematics, but, like, you know what I'm getting at, right? Like, in a way, does this make these increases, because the starting point is 0 as opposed to 100 or 200, a lot more stronger? Or is the actual value of this 1 not very much? I mean, obviously increases the actual value from 0 to 3 into 7 to 9 and so on. And I mean, look at this. It goes plus 3, plus 4. And then how many more steps does it take till you start adding 4, let alone 3? Or 3, let alone 4, however you phrase it. It's 2, 1, 2, 2, 3 again. 3, 3, 3, 4. Which makes, like, the operable cut point to be here in that regard, because you're not going to see another increase by 4 till all the way at level 10. Obviously, you know, every little bit helps, and sometimes you just need more defense even if you're not getting as much bang for your buck. But, like, that's kind of like a big cutoff point, because you go plus 3, plus 4, and then nothing for, well, 2s for a good while. No 3s and 4s for a good while. So, like, I would consider wanting to do that. I don't know, man. And also, if I pressed LB or RB at this moment, would it completely reset this? Or does it look at this whole menu kind of like in Digimon's shop menu, whereby they're all kind of saved together? They're not. excuse me. Because at some point, like, I'm at level 9, right? I don't really know what I want to make him even anyway, right? It's all unknown. Is he going to be my DPS? Is he going to be my physical-based attacker? Is he going to be... I don't know what he's going to be. You would guess it's one of those. What if he ends up being a support? What if he ends up being a guard? A frontline guard? And all of a sudden, I put it into, like, might and agility, and he's no ninja, he's just more like a stalwart. I mean, it's more like, you know, a fortress, as Zetrin would say. And I should have put him in vitality and defense instead of might and agility, you know, kind of thing. Or is it flexible enough to actually count that he could be anything? In which case he's a jack of all trades, which means he's not good at anything. In a way. In which case, even then, the spread would probably not be so focused. He would rather just be an even spread, depending on what is the best cutoff points. I just don't know how to build anyone in this game. I have ideas. The ideas are conflicting. And you don't have to, because you can recode. But
Reset attributes.
it's like the game knew that it's going to be almost impossible to understand where you want to apply your points when you're playing blind. So here you go, here's a patch-up job to make up for the fact that it's going to be impossible for you to figure the fuck out. Like, then why didn't you just endeavor to make this part of it a little bit easier? And what is the cutoff point for health that I want? I don't even know. And because I'm playing on normal difficulty, which I still think is the correct choice, I'm not really being pushed enough. At times it feels like I'm being pushed enough because I'm really struggling still with the fucking Paper Mario bullshit. But outside of that, like as far as the actual strategy is concerned, I'm really not being pushed enough where I feel like I need to make investments to get over the line. Which is why I normally play these games, or at least, you know, JRPGs in general. It's like I let the game kind of like almost take the rudder, you know, provide the wind for my sails. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm being pushed this way, so I better invest in the things that need for going this way. You know, I let the boss kill me and things like that. But then I take forever over the game because I'm struggling on everything. But that's kind of how I like it, because if I'm not struggling, what direction am I supposed to be taking? You know? Like, I don't feel like I necessarily need more vitality over more might, over more agility, over more defense, over more luck. Obviously, in an ideal world, one would love to have 1 million of all of it. But, like, you know, that's obviously not going to happen. You have to just make your choice. But I can't really make a choice if I don't have something telling me which way I need to go. That's kind of how I like strategies, because it's born out of limitation, born out of difficulty, born out of needing to do something to make up for where you're shortcoming. But at the moment, I'm really not feeling that. And like all these points are kind of being wasted. And like it's gonna be a while to like find the next freaking flag, right? And what about skills? Is that gonna direct me a little bit easier? I don't know. Is there a whole bunch of skills? You haven't unlocked the skill yet. I don't know how to. By buying this? Why are these available to be known, but these are not? Like you would think, if it's a fog of war type effect, right? That maybe this is where you start. This is his moves that he has. Assign skill. You only have 6 skills to assign, so so you can't take all of this stuff, no matter how many you get, even though you may have all the points in the world. It's kind of like what happens with support cards and things like that. Even runners in a CN. Doesn't matter how many amazing runners you have, you can only run 3 in a CN, right? In the opening moment today. Which again dicked me over, by the way, but hey, whatever, that's what I like to do. But, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of similar-ish, and it's the case in a lot of games. I don't know what 6 skills I'm going to want to end up with. And obviously it's not about what you end up with, it's about what you have available at every given moment to give yourself the best chance to move forward. And there's also recoding for this, is there? Huh? And when you recode, can you only choose either skill points or attribute points? Or are you just recoding the entire character from base up, and you can choose to do both with one recode? You know? Like maybe what the smart thing to do in that regard is to buy something from each. Attempt to recode, but not let it save. And then if you don't, well, I mean, you're not going to want to use the recode after only buying one thing. Then boot out the game so you know whether the recode is for one or both. But I guess an easier thing than that is just look up Google again. And just be like, can you tell me when you recode a character, is it both or just one? Well, there it is. Thank you, AI. In Clair, in AI overview. In Clair Obscur Expedition 33, a recode item applies to either attributes or skills individually, not both at the same time. It's not for the character. It's not a recode applied to the character. It's a recode applied to their branch. If you want to fully respect a single character, which could have been the interpretation of a recode, because what am I recoding anyway? I'm using skills and attributes to recode a character, right? So you could think that a recode applies to the character, but no, it requires to individual things, which is hence my question. Fully respect a single character, you must use 2 separate recodes. Thank you, AI. After, watching about a Valog video about the dangers of AI. Thank you, AI. But again, one of the biggest dangers that they had, again, I don't believe is a real danger. I mean, it can be, but only if it's misused like anything. You can misuse water by drowning in it. And that is that it removes agency of fault. But I had to think to ask that question. They were saying, like, AI is invasive, I think, or something along those lines. Some word, I don't know if invasive was the right word, to describe the kind of technology that it is, whereby it permeates within your life to an extent that takes away from your own ability to think, your own choices, your own, ideas of critical thinking. But I don't think it does. I think you might be able to use it in that way. But ultimately, I'm still having to ask these questions. I had to think about the idea that recoding may mean 2 different things. I had to come to that conclusion, to then be like, I need the answer to this. Can you tell me? And then I used AI to tell me. So their concern, I don't think, is legitimate. Really. Because look what happened. Again, that's how you use a book. Except the book is old school. And the book does not necessarily answer my question unless it's a guidebook on this game. And then even then, it's going to be more obnoxious than just simply typing your question in and getting an immediate response, which shouldn't be really considered a bad thing. That gets rid of the fluff. And yes, okay, maybe they're thinking like, there was this point about like you need these reps. They were referring to brain reps to kind of like practice your ability to wrestle information and retain thought and attention span and all stuff, because they had like an attention span expert and psychologist discussing about why it's taken that away from me. But I really don't think that's fun either, or like engaging, because if anything, you also lose a lot when you let the path be so rocky and trippy and take forever. Because you know what, some people just ain't gonna cross the road at that point. It's like, this road is obnoxious, I'm munched and I'm done. And that often happens, and of course it's going to happen more when you have a comparison ready available to show how easier it could be. But like, even without that comparison, I don't believe you need a comparison to something that is smoother to like or dislike doing something. Because already I don't really like doing a lot of things that don't really have a better alternative. So this idea like, oh, it's coming in and it's shortening and fast tracking people who don't know, who normally use this road now will use the other road. That's not necessarily true, because it's implying that everybody would have used that other road. And I tell you, there are many situations where I certainly, and I imagine a lot of people, just won't use the road. To be like, oh, it's too much hassle. Not going to bother using the road. Now I'll use a road because it's available in a form that's digestible, that doesn't make me take fucking forever just to find what I bloody want. Which is what AI allows you to do. So I really don't think it's anywhere near that, like, oh, it's removing agency, it's cutting people's thoughts, it's preventing people from exploring themselves and blah, 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 blah. If anything, it's enabling it as much as it's not. Or maybe even more so. It depends on how you use anything. Again, it comes down to, like, as they did say in the video themselves, it's not the thing itself that's evil or an enemy or has any... It doesn't, as they said, one woman was talking about how pathogens don't care whether you believe in them or not. And, all these things don't care if you believe in them or not. Well, that's in part because none of these things are inherently, like, evil. They don't intend to be a problem to you. And, yes, that doesn't remove the fact that they're a threat and that potentially are dangerous. But, like, anything can be dangerous if misused, which people will do. But, like, again, it's the problem is not attack the thing that's being misused. It's attack the misuse. Right? If you really want to solve... You're not going to solve anything by just being frightened of the thing that might be misused. And will be misused because people are, corrupt like that. But, like, to attack the misuse. Otherwise, you don't stop at AI at that point. Like, if you trace down that, if you extrapolate that way of thought, like, oh, AI is bad, we shouldn't use AI because we're worried that it will be misused, then when do you stop that logic? Only because it's the latest thing? Oh, it's fine, we'll stop now. No, the same logic applies to, anything else that can be misused. Spreading misinformation and whatnot. And yes, the idea between misinformation and lies was also brought up. But spreading lies, if you will, through letters, through books, through whatever. Is every... Scientific Records obviously tries its best to, make sure that the scientific documentation is legitimate. But that doesn't necessarily mean that everything is. Our perception of the world is always in transit. We don't know everything. So there's obviously going to always be books that were passed through scientific documentation regulations that are actually not necessarily devious, but like misinformation. That we will one day, maybe, if we come across that part, learn to explore better and find out what was wrong about them. And I'm sure that's already happened, and we have plenty of examples of that. So that means we shouldn't write books anymore. Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? So it just attacking AI is just it's always not the correct choice. Even with the reasons why it can pose a threat, does not mean that you attack it. Anyway, single target lightning damage, 1 hit, applies mark automatically. So nice. Applies powerful to 1 to 3 allies. Now that we have more allies, is this better? Because it's across the team? When it's powerful 1 to 3 allies, does it include himself? Or is this like random? This person. Highlighting damage to it's probably expensive. Generate 2 extra charges. And these very high. Single target damage, 6 hits. Brings a lot of potential for crits. Medium single target damage, 3 hits. Use weapons element, which would be electric. Or would it? That's the other one? That's the other person? That's Luna as electric? No, he has ice. Ooh, he has ice. This gives him access to ice. Ooh. And he already has lightning. Ice in the target damage. Based on the charges. The target's bound. What consumes bones? Or what generates bones? His own regular attack is Picto / Lumina can generate bones into a free shot. So you free shot and then you use this. And then you potentially heal by 20%. I do like that. And I do like getting to this. And the 2 nutrition charges helps lead back into this. But it depends on how much AP he's getting. Because you have access to ice and electric, from what I can see. You already have access to fire and ice. And slows down. There's low earth damage from enemies on it. Air's nice. Area allows for clear as well, which is really good because it's usually not high damage, but then you can like hit both the one that's low in health to finish it off and hit the next one. Try and keep that damage going on the next time. Consumes. Revive an ally 30% to 70% health and 2 additional AP. I do like getting them more AP, but I have to make 5 to them. Heals 1 to 3 allies. 360% consumes 3 fire to also apply nature. Again, where are you consume? Butane. if failed. Oh man. So if oh god, that's painful. You have to be confident with your. This is a way to reward those who are good at the physical dodge type game, and I am not. So I am very encouraged not to do that. Deals increasingly high fire damage to enemies every turn until receives damage. It seems kind of busted if you can make like Gustave a tank to attract taunt. Stun self if interrupted. Oh my god. Interrupted. So this is again both of these. What is even interruption? What even is that? Is this different to if failed? I think failed is like if you don't do the quick time events properly. This I'm not so sure about. Medium fire damage to all enemies, one hit. Applies free burn. Lightning damage. 2 to 6. Random enemy 6 spread shot. Which is not bad. Critical hits. Trigger additional. I think there's a lot to do with critical builds potentially. Deal low single target damage for hits. Couldn't read what's that. Excuse me. Where is anything? There. What the fuck? Someone's playing a game called Mushroom Musume. That's why I was like so interested to know what the hell was that title that I just saw. Is this supposed to be like Uma Musume but for mushrooms? That's ludicrous. But yeah. Consumes all stains to deal high elemental damage to the target. Can break plus. Oh, those are the shield crap, right? Is that what we're talking about? We can break the silly shield stuff. The immunity. Stains. That's 4 different types of stain? Seems like an awful lot of work to get to that point. Deals low single target ice damage, 2 hits. Gains 4 AP if target is burning. Consumes double green to play a second turn. That's kind of insane. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Gain 4 AP. What the fuck? Deal medium ice damage to enemies 1 hit. Apply slow for 3 turns. On turn start, deal high ice damage. Is that like for next turn or something? Like you don't do anything the immediate turn you cast it, but then the next turn when you start it, it automatically goes off and then it goes off again. Is that what we're doing? It means it's slow to get off the ground, which might be a problem. Elemental Genesis. Deal extreme damage to all enemies. 8 hits. Each hit deals damage to a random element. Can only cast one of each of the 4 elements. Having to balance this bullshit with all the fucking stains is nasty. Like, what is even... I haven't found it particularly easy to generate stains. Expecting me to have all 4 is kind of crazy. Elemental Trick. Deal low single target ice, fire, lightning, and earth damage. 4 hits. Critical hits generate the corresponding stream. So you do really want to be a crit build, so we can get this off. This is kind of vital to your kit. And critical hits are vital to your kit too. So you really, really, really want crit chance. You are all about the crit chance. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if one isn't supposed to just pump you with luck or whatever it is. Stormcaller. All enemies receive medium lightning damage at the end of their turn. End of their turn. Which is obnoxious. And low lightning damage when they receive damage. Duration for 3 turns. Consumes double fire stain or double thunder strikes. This is 11 to get access to elemental track. So I think their skill trees are how I'm going to figure out how I want to build them. She needs to be crit chance. Deals high single target earth and break damage. I do like break damage. Terraquake. Low earth damage and break damage to all enemies every turn. Also increases all break damage received by 50%. Duration for turns. Right. This is so annoying. Like, I can see her entire kit, but I can't see his. Why? And what's weird is I don't know how you're supposed to connect to these. Unless they're supposed to be like unite attacks. This guy doesn't have anything like that though. Do we lose him before we get access to these super attacks? He doesn't make it the whole way because he doesn't have a tree that has... Everything is connected on his tree. That is not the case for either of these women. So, does that mean that he dies before we get access to that mechanic? Or we lose him in some way? Whatever that is. Could get corrupted, whatever it is. Because then you won't need to worry about you know, you won't need to worry that he doesn't actually have access to any of these separate skills that might be more powerful, like Unite Attacks and Atelier or whatnot, because he won't be a part of your party anymore. Degagement. What does that mean? The opposite of engagement. But like, does this... It's not saying it. Does this turn her back to defensive stance? Is that what I'm supposed to interpret and guess from that? Because they really should be explaining exactly what each of these moves do. Why are they withholding the information for me to make an informed decision over which of these moves switch our stance to what direction? Since that's a critical part of her design, I want to know every move, what they do in regards to that. And it seems like you just have to, like, guess.
I think Rain of Fire is an offensive hit. As in, like, it's supposed to be used after defensive stance and puts you into offensive stance. It's very much an Asia slash. Deals medium single target physical damage. Consumes up to 10 burn for increased damage. Consumes burns. I don't know if I like that. Deals high single target fire damage. One hit. Deals damage increased for each hit received since the previous turn. Do you have to receive the hit? You have to take the damage of the hit? You can break. Deal extreme single target fire damage for hits. Applies 5 burns per hit. Offensive stance. Applies 2 more burns per hit. Does this mean that this actually takes you from offensive stance back into defensive stance? Because the ones that have that kind of like, you know, extra bit of information kind of tell me that they are of the opposite stance, or bring to the opposite. Because the whole idea is that you're supposed to bounce between offense and defense. So something that benefits you being in offensive stance is something that puts you in defensive stance, and presumably vice versa is what I'm gathering, what I'm guessing. And it's not clear because it's not actually saying it. Reapplies current stance and gives... Reapplies? Oh, so you can stay in the stance. And gives 2 to 4 AP. I kind of like that. If you want to stay in the stance. But why would you want to stay in offensive stance if you're not attacking? So presumably it's to stay in defensive stance, to time your offensive stance better. Reduces self-health to 1, but refills AP. Switches to virtuous. That's how you get into virtuous. Is that the only way you can get into virtuous? That's gonna suck. You have to fucking pretty much murder yourself. Very high single target physical damage, 1 hit. Reduced AP cost for each attack. Parried since last time. Oh, I don't really try to do the parries. So she's based on rewarding people who are good at the quick time event side of the game. Deals high single target damage, 1 hit. Use weapons element. Increased damage to marked targets. So, right.
This benefits you being a virtuous. Protect allies by taking damage in their place. Are you a tank? Duration extended by 1 on gaining shell. How do you gain shell? You are the tank. I can build you as the tank, sure. That's weird. I was not expecting her to be the tank. I can build her as a tank. Apply shell, reducing damage taken up to 3 allies. Applies defenseless to all enemies. I can build her as a tank. Deals high single target physical damage, 3 hits. If in virtuous stance, stay in virtuous stance. Breaking rules. Breaking the rules or rules of breaking? The pun obviously is potentially both. Deals low single target physical damage, 2 hits. Destroys all targets' shields. That's nice. Because I really hate those shields. Gain 1 AP per shield destroyed. If target is defenseless, play a second turn. Holy. That's real good in the right situation. Like, that's exceptional. You gain AP, you can gain a ton, because sometimes they have like 6 shields up. It makes you kind of make... How do I change the turn order? Or is turn order just fixed? Makes you kind of want to make her be first in the party. Almost certainly. I want her to be first. If she's the one that can break the shield, the other people can then go and actually deal damage. If she's last... Yeah, and because usually the AI of the enemies have been targeting Gustave most, and that's probably because he's the first in the line. Whereas I want them to target her more. And... yeah. Deal medium damage. Deal medium damage to enemies 1 hit. Use weapons element. Applies defenseless 1 time. Deals extreme single target damage 5 hits. Use weapons element. Critical hit. So like because the critical hits, it's like these are the reasons why you want to increase their luck. Also potentially increase it on the weapon. Whatever gives it to you. Dealing double damage is actually just fucking absurd. Especially when you're talking about extreme 5 hits. That's actually kind of absurd. Holy shit. You can get into virtuous stance just by doing this if they're burning. Really? I mean, that's kind of insane. Instead of reducing all health to fucking 1. But however, this... Oh, no. You just use the gun and make her have the burning shots. Yeah, this but yeah, I do really like just going here into here into here. And that synergizes with this. Into here, because this is absolutely disgusting. Skill points available 5. Here and here and here. Yeah, that's really nice. Once she gets access to this, I'm always trying to figure out about switching to her.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33, you can control the initial turn order by manipulating the order in which characters are added to your active party. So set a specific turn order. Well, that's kind of what I didn't mention it, but I've already seen the whole idea of adding and removing characters, and I would have guessed that was how, but I wanted confirmation. To set a specific turn order, remove all members and add them in the desired sequence. What I wouldn't have guessed, though, is this last part. This doesn't make any sense. The character added last generally acts first in combat. It shouldn't be generally, it should be like always. Because it's fixed turn order.
That part I don't. But she doesn't have that move yet. She doesn't have the move yet. She's just level 7. I want her defense to be up. Alright. Also, one more thing. I said 8, right? Yes. And actually up 11 because you just go up 1, up 1. I don't want to go until you have to. Into this. much as I would. As for him though, I fucking don't know. But if she's crit and she's defense, he should be damage. Like he should be offensive now. Because yes, okay, you're getting a lot of damage from crits, but that's not really why you want the crits. You want the crits to activate skills and their abilities. Their additional turns, their additional strains, and things like that. Potentially also, debuff's kind of on my L. With defenseless and stuff. Apply powerful to 1 to 3 elements. I do like going to here as soon as possible. I do like going to here as soon as possible. I think this is very good with this kit. Weapons element, which is nice. We want to use weapons element here, which is really nice because that's a heal. It's really good.
Perfect.
Perfect. 20% increased break damage on base attack. That includes someone who wants to do base attacks, meaning not my own. Probably Gustave. But he already has it. I'm not sure it's bringing tint. Tinting is fine. Is there a heal on you? Not yet. First is lost. And lost is first. But that doesn't really make any sense. Let's just check the whole first is last is first situation. See if the AI is actually moving. So my L should move first. Also I didn't apply the staggering attack. Base attack 20%. Increased breakdown. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna want to organize this. We have 8 out of 9 now. We have that too. That's fine. Also, Mael does have Dodger. Oh no. She does. She does have some points left over. Where are they? It's been so long since I've moved.
Perfect.
Perfect. Well, we don't have any way to use that now. I hate the range on that. So. Yeah, we're not getting it. I did not do it. We're still in normal mode. We're very much in normal mode, actually. So it is the opposite to what the game is suggesting. First is not last, and last is not first. Which, you know, kind of expected. It's fine.
Feel the burn.
No physical damage on hits, it's just 2. And that guy is winning.
Brace yourself.
ice legs. I don't know if you're weak to ice. You're weak to lightning. Maybe what I should do here is ice. I mark again.
Take him down.
Darcy's pretty good.
Because it costs 6.
Precise.
That just absolutely shot me 1,000 fucking damage. Are you kidding me?
Perfect.
We need to change it. It is first, so we want to be like that. Luna did swap. If I doesn't show me any change yet. But I think it will once we do our next fight. What is that noise? This is just an obstruction. Am I going the right way or am I going away from it? Where are you? I hear you. Where the fuck are you going? Oh, right there. No, for fuck's sake. I hate the range of this stupid fucking.
There's staining.
Okay, what the fuck? You're still first. But now Mael is second? I don't understand that. How much do you want to do? Rise.
Just lower kind of. I wish I could actually like look at their information, the enemy information. There's no enemy information page. And I can like look at them. I have to remember there are all no weaknesses in this game. It's always a good thing. That's not a good thing. Why are you first? This is so ass. I kind of want to do that pricing, but I also kind of want to try and see if I can get off a burning hit to potentially do thermal transfer. So now we can steal this from so she gains 4 AP from her. We're on max health already. I think the damage price is who's Mark?
ways to increase that charge. Which is another move I'm trying to, you know, grind for. Working shot. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to...
Take them down.
Stride. Low physical damage. Switches to virtuous. If burning an enemy.
On fire. Please survive. Please survive.
I'll do it.
On me.
I need a mid-combat shield. I'm gonna shoot at you again. We can try and kill that with a shot. Luna has 6 charges. Consumes more stains. Oh. I don't know where the stains are, how many stains there are. Why is that no ice damage, dude. So I kind of, yeah. Is the weapon trying to tell me something? It's like light? Like how many charges she has or something? Maybe ice damage. Who hits himself? And that guy's dead. So is that guy. And it's only this guy that's dead.
weak.
You have 7. Covers with damage. Apply shower damage up to 3 hours. Can you only target one person at a time?
Careful, my elf.
I'm so bad.
Overflowing with energy.
Honestly, I should probably pass the Gustave again and heal himself by 20%.
We can use that.
Interesting how Arfrey doesn't have any purpose. You'd think Arfrey might be able to like switch around the other way. That's clearly an item I can go get.
We can use that.
Where is the flag? Can I transport to a nearby flag? Do I have to like know where the flags are without them to guide me to where a flag is? I can't even go
Expedition 68. Elodie. It's a miracle any of us survived. We were caught in the maelstrom and flung from wave to wave. We lost the moon and the stars, condemned to a never-ending darkness of punishing rain and raging clouds. The Paintress sent a storm to overcome us. But it is we who have overcome the storm. After surviving that, crushing those Nevrons was almost an afterthought. Strength and resilience, it's how we survived that storm. And it's how we grabbed victory. It wasn't even a battle. It was an ink bath. We squeezed those Nevs dry. But this new one looks tougher than the others.
It's so tough that you ended your play. Is that also a save?
So many. I don't like this.
Another boss? And that's the thing that they died too, is you're likely to die too if you go there yourself. Is that right? Well, this is awfully dark. I can barely see it. I can also... What is that? Oh, when we have to, like... We grapple hook our way to... That's a big guy. is not a platform, it's a JRPG, an FRPG.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's particularly interesting. I don't know if there's anything over the other series. You're gonna take full damage. What was that? If I get too close, they turn around and leave that. Three. I don't necessarily need all of their guards off. I do need to make sure. Why are we still? where back here. Where is the flag? I wish I could just teleport to a fucking flag. I can't. I have no idea where the flag is. It's so difficult to find. Like, there's no fucking map. It's ridiculous. Also, is it going to be like the other place? Maybe it's going to be like the other place, and there's a flag here just for the boss. Because remember the last boss had a flag? It doesn't look like a flag and then a boss.
Merde. This one is gigantic.
Avoid those at all costs.
Where's my flag? I'm gonna have to deal with something like that. Or something. I just want to find a flag. Square button. Where is a flag? 'Cause you don't let me just teleport to it. None of this allows you to teleport, right? Does it? Don't let me just like teleport to it. Is there something I'm missing or forgetting about how to get the flag? Where's the flag now? Well, that gets pretty big. We can try and find it. Maybe this is the boss. I want to go back to that other thing now. Now I have a better understanding of what's going on. Now I have a better understanding of what's going on.
A storm is coming.
So we do need to hit them twice. Don't let me down.
I'm ready. From fire.
Careful, Violet.
I pressed jump. Why didn't you let me?
Ready to parry.
storm is coming.
I wish it would be easier to tell. I did use the buff, right? How do I tell them before I have a buff? Why is information so difficult? I can't see an enemy menu to see what they're doing, their orientation. I mean, this is using season song. Ailments and ailments. And I can't see my own buffs. Where are my buffs? And it's hard to tell what stains there are on the enemy, and if this counts all stains, including ones in your own character. Because I've heard like you can get healing. Yeah, I've kind of forgotten. I've forgotten already what I'm doing. And, do we know how many AP we pay per turn just past before we have to add more? So bad at this, man. Oh, shit. And I'd like to see my own turns again. Oh, that's a expedition basics. How do I get to this menu? Is it bad? I mean, I get to the menu by disconnecting the controller, but I don't know how to get to this menu otherwise. Abandon battle. I need to burn it. I mean, he doesn't have any. break. Because I have to remember all this shit, man. I'm not remembering it. Because it's all new. It's not like, you know, Pokemon where all the moves are done decades.
Let the ink flow.
You get another one. Oh shit. Whatever.
Brace yourselves.
Get ready.
Those are relatively straightforward things. Does he gain more AP going on? Oh, the charge.
Take him down.
On guard.
She gained one. She was on A. I think we just win. I'd like to heal my guy, but I guess I just absolutely disgusting. She has 4 stains.
Feel the burn.
He's overcharged. Oh, it's already. See, I hate having my partners near me because I heard a sound like a crash, like, and then I saw this figure coming at me. I'm like, am I getting attacked now? No, it's just my fucking teammate moving at the worst time. Jesus. Where is the phone? I've done that fight for what? Nothing if I don't find the phone. Where is the phone? Oh, you were up on this and now you aren't? What is this? nice thing is it will like kind of like tell me if I accidentally run over it. Where is the last one? Is it up by here or I have to go up here first? I'm pressing the fucking button. It takes forever to get up there. Fuck. I beat the damn thing and I don't know where the damn last thing is. Where's the last whatever the hell? I don't like call mark to open the chest. Found two and I can't just go around the circle. Why am I blind to this? Why am I bloody blind to this one? Oh, this is infuriating. What the fuck? Get up there! You were up there a moment ago. I don't know what his third part is, man. I feel like I'm the only person who couldn't find the third one of these. What the fuck? How long am I gonna be here? I'm trying to find this. Oh my god. I don't want to go away empty-handed, man. Fight. I don't have to do the fight again. My god, this is so annoying! Move? Do I have to jump on all layers again? Finally! Holy shit, that took forever.
An advantage.
Revive test shot. +1 revive. That means that when we fight, there's 3. We get another revive in there. That's how you increase those? By having to acquire them through chests and such? Well, I'm glad we did, but that's gonna be rough. Get up there! I was gonna try and go up that stupid staircase. Is this back? Is this where we came from? I think this is where we came from. Yeah, this is definitely where we came from. Is that everything here? Yeah, I guess it is. Because we did the staircase thing. But, you know, up this way. Why do you stop moving half the time? Stands there like... weird invisible walls in weird positions is what I'm going to attribute that to. And we did this staircase thing, we did the fight here, we got the chest eventually. So I guess that's everything here. So I guess you don't need to be here anymore. That's cool. Supposed to be like the easy way to start, and this is not the easy way to start, so therefore this is better. I can't tell. Yeah, presumably this is... Oh shit. Fucking woman.
Finesse and grace.
I should get some flag. Completely missed it. Where's the flag here, man? Where's the flag? Is further on? Is further on the main place? Maybe it's further on here. I know they found another flag. Did you get... Why the hell does it take forever to find the next one? You have to just sit on that ledge for like a year before the last one goes out. Yeah. It is. Okay. Expedition 48. Let's see. Those who come after Expedition 48. But I need to... Oh my god, I need rest? Ugh. I wish you would just automatically rest. Why would you not rest? need to change the party order. Maybe that does something. Again, I'm waiting for a fucking year. Does I have to press up? If I have to press like square up, the X.
Feel the burn.
Let me know why.
Take him down.
I'm ready.
You're only taking like no damage. Why are you taking no damage? Why are you taking no damage?
Shields up.
A storm is coming.
This is why. Yeah. I'm gonna need that family transfer soon. Going for it.
Get ready.
Okay. This thing is impossible to kill. It continues to be like that.
From fire.
I tried pressing fucking circle and it wouldn't work. I tried pressing circle and it wouldn't work. So then I swapped to R2 thinking I must have got the wrong button. It wasn't fucking doing it.
An advantage.
I really don't like the fact that it's going to I know I keep saying it, but I really don't like it at all. Is it obvious? Look at that fucking garbage on this. Because like, it gaslights me, makes me think that I'm pressing the right button because I fucking did it. It just did nothing. hour. It's quite quick after the 48 minutes. There's barely any distance. Solitary rose. What's the symbolism behind that? Oh, you have a guardian? Don't try to plug it. Don't plug it.
Watch out!
It's not happy that you're right.
It only attacks when...
It's coming.
I tried and you see nothing. Do you have to fucking make that long ass thing? I will try to get through it. It forces me to have to hear Clair Obscur every time. Skip. Try jumping.
Dodge,
Like I
Gustave.
tried jumping. I'm jumping and it doesn't do shit. Is jumping not it? Is jumping not it? Am I supposed to? She said dodge. And again, I'm not going to be able to skip this Clair Obscur bullshit. Can I get past it? No, I have to listen to all this crap about it. Do I have to, like, dodge instead of jump? If they're jumping, you're jumping, right? That's what they said.
Gustave, don't die.
Let us stay now.
What the literal fuck? Am I too tired to do this? It's been 3 hours. I don't know how many times I'm willing to fucking look at this. And I don't know what you want from me. Better timing? I'm sorry I don't have it. I'm dyspraxic. Come on!
Let us stay now.
What the fuck? counter an attack. You want me to parry you? I think I'm ready to end this round. Do I have to parry? You're not letting me know what I have to do. Could you just tell me what I have to do? What are you expecting of me? Because I'm trying to jump, it doesn't work. I'm trying to dodge, it doesn't work. What do you want? Still fucking Lena first. This is a boss.
Feel the burn.
Fucking help us in could try and guard up. I'm likely to take damage. Especially as we start. The only shitty part about it is that the local planning to go into virtuous strategies.
Let me take this!
Eyes shut!
Let me take that!
Yeah, not dead.
Nobody does.
Turn up!
Oh, that was a fight. Holy moly. That was a fight off. Holy shit. Alright then.
Gustave, wait! It seems peaceful. As long as we don't touch the flowers.
Which you plucked, you.
Yeah, let's not get too sentimental. It's still a
You're an
Pinterest
idiot.
creation.
Would you pay attention instead of you're a dumbass? You're the one who caused the issue, though.
She can speak to these things.
Same with the curator. She has.
Putain!
Hey! Stop it! Stop shooting him,
Damn,
fucker.
Maya, what was that?
What are you doing? You're the one that's causing no problems.
Familiar somehow.
Gustave,
You're the one's causing
we
issues,
won't
man.
understand what's going on if we kill everything that moves.
Look, a red tree. The gestural village must be ahead.
Jesus Christ, Gustave. How about you think you're ahead rather than your gun?
You know what Neverons are capable of.
Yeah, we
She'll be
also met the
fine.
curator. Just because they're capable of, you're
She'll be
capable of some
fine.
horrible things yourself, like destroying the wildlife and trying to attack people unannounced. You're capable of some horrid things too. Shape of Hearth. You can use it at camp to upgrade weapons. Alright, yeah, cool. Hell yeah. That was sick. We did it. And once I realized that we wanted me to use parry, which I had no idea. And I wasn't allowed to do anything else to that attack. Because, like, isn't that what they told us? It was like, if they do it in a jump, then you have to jump. I thought that was what the idea was. This guy's jumping at me and I'm not allowed to jump it. That doesn't make no sense. But that was pretty cool. I'm happy that we were able to beat that. Can't beat the fucking puppet, whatever the fuck, because I don't know how to break the game in regards to damage though. Burning doesn't really do anything and whatnot because he just has an impervious amount of health. And we're just able to steal the thing behind him. We're able to do that though. That was not easy. Yeah, if that's the level of experience I can expect from normal difficulty, you know, I'm good. I don't need no hard difficulty. I'm just not good enough with the whole timing shit because, you know, even though I do practice stacking on the regular, I'm still bad. I'm dyspraxic. I've always been bad at that kind of thing. Oh, there's another flag. Weird how quickly there are flags. Or is this the same flag? Surely not. What? I'm going crazy. Going around in circles and thinking it's something different. What's this? Is this? What is going on? I'm getting so confused. This is how we came in, right? This is so confusing. Holy shit. I thought I was gonna call it, man, because I was getting sick and tired of like people losing out. I don't understand that one. But hey. Oh, that was tough. Hey! That is the area boss. We beat the second area. What do you know? There are other things to explore in this world though, right? But that's the end of the set. That's the second area boss done. We managed to defeat a few bosses. But 2 area bosses. That was cool. I mean, it's frustrating. It's
very frustrating, especially the beginning part, because I didn't know what the fuck he wanted.
This building has a certain...
Feel the burn.
Let's spill some ink.
Careful, Maya.
Harry!
Carry it. Carry that? Carry it. Like, I don't know how much more difficult hard is mode is. And it may be considerable, maybe not. And in what ways? The distance we have on our stupid attack is so ass, man. Trying to get the burn. Maybe she's trying to get the burn. I'm not getting it.
Feel the burn.
I wish I could trade that. Because then everybody has their own heal. So strategy bad. I'm not against guard up here. Like, I don't think we can kill it with just low attacks. But maybe offensive sections are better.
Danger!
People have 4. That's good. there is one. See, I'm gonna get pretty expensive there, aren't I? Is that it? Got a big ass circular hammer thing. Exactly what I want. Because I was worried it may not actually get that. Especially because it's got some time. Let's get take a shot off because we might get a mark off. Also, I think there's
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
yeah, I fucked up. So bad.
On guard. Not bad. But I thought that's what the burns were. Whatever.
Danger!
Nice.
Come for a second. I know, I've come for a second. See how different the music is. Does it mean this area is something special? You have to go back here or something? again. Focus on. We are marked. Nothing is burning. Spark.
Flames on me.
Take cover!
I forgot when I genuinely forgot. Is it R2 or is it X? I'm just bad at this.
Take him down.
Finesse and grace.
Because she's crazy DPS. Come back. Just get back. So easy to get this. get there? How did I get there?
Please survive!
The storm is coming.
Is it pad button that does something? It is. I don't know why I have to wait that stupid like 5 minutes. I'm pressing the fucking circle button and you just not even listening! What is that? You didn't even bother to move! It's like you was stun locked or some crap. I don't understand. I am really not a fan. Oh, I'm not a fan of the fucking Paper Mario shit. I feel gaslit the whole time. Like I'm pressing a button doesn't mean anything. Like this may be doable, but I don't know if I have the patience for it.
Take cover! I'll do it. I won't waste this. Dodge Gustave. Let's push forward.
I don't know how.
Let's finish this. Brace yourself.
I don't know what it is! I don't know what it is! They're all different, my god! Can I have one to move, please? Instead of just using all my fucking items?
Still need your help.
I have to get better at the whole timing thing. I'm terrible at it.
Not looking good.
I can learn how to dodge. It's okay. What's the point of getting it here? Again, this stupid thing. Oops. Vibrating. This thing's already down that level.
Lune, watch out!
I definitely think this is doable, but like...
Okay.
I don't know when to time any of this. I think I'm done for today. No. What if I say no? That's where you led me. Okay, that's perfect. We can try that next time. We did manage to actually beat something. That's pretty cool. We beat that boss. That was really nice. I'm happy to do that. But yeah, I'm tired. It's late. Nobody's here. So it's a good time for me to call it, I think. Side cup is up and running, huh? Guess it's a matter of time. I do have an S-Class Mayana Top Gun for long. Max speed, 1180 stamina. I know that's high, but the deck I was using was to try and max both of those. Or get as high as I could. And you do get benefits for having at least 900 stamina. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Maybe I do that.
want to do one. I want to do one race now. I'd only do one attempt. Yeah. Because I like separating the times on my attempts. Because right now, since it just launched, this championship just launched, all the, whales and most, wealthy of players will be trying out their double S plus plus XX, whatever the hell Umas, and it'll be almost, no chance of really being able to beat that. But I can go on a little bit of a break and we can do it, because if I stream it, my external recently died, and I lost some stuff, some information. Some of that was like some of the recordings I did for Uma Musume, which is sad. I don't know what the hell that was about. Hopefully you're still live. As I'm talking mid-talk. I had this stupid Java thing want to intervene. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But anyway, basically, I would rather stream the race so that I have the video of it at least, and then I can port it over to YouTube and be good with that. Yeah, that sounds pretty good compared to the alternatives. So that I think is what I'm gonna do. It's over for Clair Obscur Expedition 33 today. We're done with that, and I'll export this section over. But I'll be back with a little bit of Uma Musume and see how we do. So see you in a bit.